Hello friends, and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Oh my gosh, y'all, we have got some gorgeous plants to share with you today. It is so stinking exciting. Of course, we are Creekside Nursery here in Dallas, North Carolina. We are a grower retailer. We're a garden center. We have an online store. We do these weekly tours of the garden center to show you what is growing, blooming, and thriving here at the garden center. So we're specifically looking at plants available here at the garden center. If you want to shop our online store, you can head over to the website gardeningwithcreekside.com and take a look at that inventory. We're open Wednesdays through Saturdays at 9 to 3. We would love to see you. Come visit us because we have got some stunning plants that are available only here at the garden center. Specifically that I am thinking about right now is the gorgeous delivery of plants that we got this week. And oh my gosh, so here is a beautiful display. Proven Winners this year is introducing the Hollywood hibiscus to their line. This is an amazing, beautiful line of tropical hibiscus. These are not perennials, these are tropical hibiscus. And we have, I believe, 5 different varieties here at the garden center in 3-gallon containers. People are so excited about this plant because I did a video when they arrived and people are like clamoring for these things. So if you want them, you need to move with purpose and come get them. The reason that these are very different than maybe what tropical hibiscus that you are familiar with is their colors. Look at this one. This particular one is First Lady. But these blooms will last for 3 days as opposed to the typical hibiscus that they last for 1 day. And they are covered in buds. These are going to get nice and big, about 4 to 5 feet tall and wide. Of course, they thrive in the heat and humidity, which is perfect for us here in the southeast. The only thing about these right now is that you don't want to put them outside. It is still the middle of March. This is why they are in the garden center greenhouse, because these came from a nursery in Texas. We were able to get them, and so we grabbed them. So if you come get them at the garden center, just stick them in a nice warm sunny spot in your house, or if you have a greenhouse, put them there. But if you put them outside right now and it has a frost or a freeze, they're going to get zapped. I personally am going to grab one for my garden this summer. I'm having a very hard time figuring out which one I want, but I will keep it protected until the threat of frost and freeze passes. Also, as a side note, Proven Winners just put out a video featuring these Hollywood hibiscus and how to take care of them. And it was an interesting note. So you do not want to use a fertilizer marketed as like a bloom booster, something heavy like that, because the ratios of the fertilizer are going to be not helpful, I dare say detrimental to these. So basically, y'all, this is not a marketing scheme. You want something low in phosphorus. The Proven Winners water soluble and their time release fertilizers, this is all that I use on my annuals. And so this would be a great option for you for these Hollywood hibiscus. When you plant them, whether it's in the landscape or a container, you can use this time release fertilizer, and then you can use the water soluble, every 7 to 10 days, 2 weeks, whenever you remember to do it. If you're like me, maybe that's once a month, whatever it may be. But this is going to help you get those beautiful dark green foliage and the stunning flowers. I personally, I love this Earth Angel. Earth Angel, she doesn't have a very fresh flower on her, but nice and big. This is one of the bigger ones, and it almost will have like a little bit of a pink hue to it. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. So we have got these babies available. We got them in the pinks, the reds, the whites, and kind of that, I don't know what you would call the First Lady. Gorgeous is what we call it.
Yeah, it's that way with all these flowers as far as the bloom booster goes.
Very true. So how shall we say this diplomatically? The bloom booster fertilizers typically seem to do, in my opinion, in my experience, a little bit more harm than they do good. You need something that is specifically designed for these gorgeous flowering annuals. And I mean, if Proven Winners bred these plants and designed these plants, Their fertilizer is really high quality and you will absolutely tell a difference. So again, just like with your potting soil, you get what you pay for. So the annuals, speaking of, are blooming. They are loving life here in the garden center. These are all grande size containers, and so you will find these when you come to the garden center, and they are just really starting to pop out. Like for example, diamond snow euphorbia, really filling out. It's probably still a little smidge too early to put these in your landscape because we're going to be getting, I'm sure we'll probably get another really cold snap. But we have folks that are traveling from far away and they have means to take care of them, to keep them warm. So if you want them, we will absolutely go ahead and sell them to you. We don't have all of the annuals down here. We just simply don't have the space to have them. But if you're coming and you're looking for something specific and we have it potted up, we'll go ahead and sell it to you, not a problem. Goldilocks rocks, y'all, this is a gorgeous, beautiful, cheery, happy plant. Your pollinators go nuts over this. Once it warms up today and the sides open on the greenhouse, they will be covering those plants along with the alyssum and the nemesia. It's interesting, the nemesia, there are plants that can handle cooler weather. Nemesia is one of those. It absolutely can handle those cooler temperatures, along with your Petunias and your super bells. We have our first jazzberries. They are going ahead and gotten that gorgeous flower on it. Let's see, this was the Super Petunia jazzberry was the annual of the year last year. Yes, was last year. Had it in mass in the berm. It is a vista, so it's a nice vigorous one. Now, Cece does an amazing job of displaying our plants together in collections of how you can actually plant them in the landscape. So when you see something like this is absolutely something that is, they all have the same sun requirements and they can be planted together. We have got the great traditional cast iron plant. If you have dry shade, your aspidistra is a great one. This is just that classic one, right? As opposed to next door where we have Milky Way. And Milky Way, you can clearly see the difference, right? A little bit more narrow leaves, has that fun splattering of that cream and soft yellow on it. Gonna be a little bit shorter than your traditional one. The acanthus, look at this. This is white water. Is it not gorgeous? The coloring on this is fantastic. This will get to be like a 3x3 and will bloom. You'll have a beautiful yellow flower on that. And then of course, the Lenten roses. Oh, look, we have a bud. Look at that. Beautiful red. This is the Ison Roses, Mona Marble, Eucharis, all sorts of things. This is a crested farfugium, right? So we're used to the traditional ones. I'll show you one over there, but this is crested. So it has that fun kind of that ruffle on the edge to it. Very unique. Farfugiums we see a lot here in the South. Beautiful, shade-loving. I guess it's technically a perennial. So we've got all these available here. We've got at the Garden Center the new this year, brand new begonia. This is the Space Age Europa. Look at that. Really fun. So this is going to be that Rex begonia that is mainly for foliage, a shade plant, 15 to 18 inches tall. Gorgeous on that. We have the Vermillionaire. Vermillionaire is like the #1 plant for your hummingbirds. Folks will come and say, I want that hummingbird plant. This is as big as those flowers get, but the hummingbirds love it. They will be arriving here in about a month. I'm so excited. I love my little hummers, and so I will definitely be planting all the things that attract them. Of course, more hibiscus. Now, this is a great example talking about the traditional farfugium versus the crested, right? So they're also known as giant leopard plants, or here in the South, we call them tractor seat plants because this leaf looks like an old-timey tractor seat, right? So your legs would go here and your hiney would go there, right? So it looks like that tractor seat. Beautiful plant, but you can see how they look like completely different plants. So if the farfugiums work really well in your garden, then just lean into that and go ahead and have multiples of these. You get different textures, different sizes, different shapes. And then of course the eucheras. Look at this. We've got the peachberry, make sure I get this right, Georgia peach. I knew we were some kind of peach. Georgia peach, beautiful color with the Southern Comfort. Southern Comfort and the Georgia peach have that Velosa species breeding in them. Do really, really well here in the South. They can handle the heat and the humidity. I have got Southern Comfort in multiple containers at the house, and man, they thrive. They can even handle like sun up until about lunchtime, and then they're in the shade and they do really, really well. So again, perfect combination for those shade loving areas of your garden. Now, let's talk about some fun things because we have got some petunias blooming. I can't reach it because Jenny's short, but back here in the back, we have our first Super Petunia Saffron Finch. This is one of my all-time favorite petunias. It will be making its large garden debut in the signature garden here at Creekside Nursery this year. So we have got Saffron Finch going to show up a lot. We also have the Royal Velvet, the nice deep purple. So it is beginning to bloom. We also have here in the garden center, we have more available of course, but the brand new introduction for this year, the Virtuoso Pinkerific Dahlia. This is the one we had last year. Again, she too will be making her debut in the signature garden this year. Gorgeous flowers on these. So we have got these available for you. Yes, cool weather plants that I would probably give it maybe till the end of this month. We'll see how the weather goes. The weather here has been so erratic and has been a lot cooler than it typically is. But those plants that you can put out first would be like these osteos, these bright lights. Double Moon Glow is one of the most popular ones. It is also one of the it's the earliest blooming one. We have the others in the series. They have buds on them. They're not showing color yet. And then of course, petunias, honey. So those of you that are excited and love honey, honey is already blooming. Your petunias, just like every other kind of plant, y'all, they'll bloom at different times. Some are early, mid, and some are late. Honey is an early one, and she changes colors. That is what is so fun. So on that same plant, you can have yellow, you can have peach, but look how beautiful these are, right? Bubblegum, you can't beat Super Petunia bubblegum. You have got Mini Vista White, you've got Silverberry, Mini Vista Indigo. Of course, more, the annual of the year is the Super Petunia Mini Vista Yellow. She's not blooming yet, but we have got those here. This is going to drive me crazy. We have a scarlet with a yellow, so we're going to put that scarlet over there. And then the Super Bells, they too are blooming, very nice and cool tolerant. So your petunias and your Super Bells can go out. They can handle those temperatures in the mid to low 30s. We had ours out last year. They can handle those cooler temperatures. And so those are great options for you to get some color into your garden early on. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I forgot. This is another one that is going to be, Jenny's going to grab one. So excited about this. And you actually see Mimi has already, Mimi's real name is Anne. So she has already grabbed one. Y'all, the chenille plants. These are so fun. If you've never seen a chenille plant, it is the coolest thing. If you have children in your life, then this is a great one for them because they're very soft and fuzzy. They almost feel like a little bunny's tail. And so they will have that trailing habit to them. And so, yeah, the chenille plant, then the asparagus fern. So I wanted to get these. This is one of those orders that Jenny saw it and I was like, I want this plant. So I figured if I want the plant, I know y'all do too. This is an asparagus fern, but it's not maybe the weeping kind that you're used to. This is that upright, has very upright habit to it. I think they call them like, there's like a foxtail fern, I don't know, something like that. But these are very vigorous. Nice, see how nice and thick and fluffy they are? So I was thinking about maybe putting mine in a hanging basket. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to use them somehow in my garden this year. And then a really fun addition is the blue podocarpus tree. So these are in a standard form. They have been grown this way, and they're just something fun. They're funky, they're unique, they're different. I would absolutely put this in a container and then put some annuals underneath it. Or you could put perennials underneath it too. Just depends on what you want. So that is what is really cool happening in here. And then people were asking about online about what pulmonarias we have. So we have them available in quartz. So some of those same things that you see online, we also have them available in quartz here at the garden center. So when you come, make sure you have plenty of time so that way you can look around and see everything, because I don't want you to miss any of the gorgeous things that we have, because they're kind of tucked obviously around different areas, if I can get out of the greenhouse, areas of the garden center. Now, I'm going to tell you, it is a windy day here. So hopefully things haven't fallen over and Jenny doesn't blow away. Still have a great selection of hellebores. And so last year, y'all gobbled them up. We could not keep them in stock. This year, we really put in a nice, good size order of these hellebores. So they are available. You absolutely can go ahead and take them, plant them in your garden. They have been outside the entire time. They are nice and hardened off, so you don't have to worry about them having any kind of threat with cooler temperatures. We have already brought, speaking of, super bells and super petunias outside. It is windy, it is cool. You can see they are doing great. They can handle these kinds of temperatures. If it drops back down into the 20s, obviously we will either cover them really well or take them back in the greenhouse. But these low 30 mornings, not a problem. Lamb's ear. So there is a picture that I had of a garden at the house. I actually took the picture a couple of years ago, but it's been circulating on social media. And lamb's ear is in the back with some double up pink begonias in the front. And people are asking about lamb's ear. Y'all, this is a great perennial. The key to success with your lamb's ear is that you want it to be in a very sunny area that is well draining. Beautiful evergreen perennial. It is so stinking soft. Again, if you have kids, this would be a great one for it. This particular one is silver carpet. There are many different kinds of lamb's ear out there. This one is going to be a little bit smaller. It's a 12 by 12. So sometimes lamb's ear, depending on the variety, can really spread, which is a good thing or a bad thing, depending on where you put it. This one is a nice, more petite one. So silver carpet is available. Look at all of the alliums coming up. Serendipity is, these have overwintered outside. And so this is what they look like. This is what mine look like in the garden. And this is a great perennial that is rabbit resistant, deer resistant, of course, and the pollinators go nuts over this. Now, before I forget, let's go back over here because I forgot to tell you about this when we were unloading the truck. So from our friends at Southern Living, we grabbed some of the Lamandra. This is Platinum Beauty. This is a gorgeous grass, y'all. Very upright, great size on it. This is full sun to part shade. It is great for containers, and it will be like 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. It is hardy in zones 8 to 10. I had some in the berm. I think when we did the berm, Southern Living sent some to me, but it's on the north side of the berm, and they did not overwinter. So if you are like with me, a zone 8, and maybe you're a little iffy, if you have it in a container, just bring it in the garage over the winter, somewhere semi-protected, and then it will be, it'll come back every year for you. But this is a gorgeous, gorgeous plant. You can see we paired it here with some of the Jubilation. Yes, we're gonna go back there. The Jubilation Gardenia, the Forever Goldies, and y'all, look at that magnolia. Isn't she gorgeous? This is a that star magnolia, beautiful. Look at these flowers right here. Look at that. I have one behind the garden shed, and I adore it. It is a beautiful plant, small tree that your pollinators love. Early spring bloomer, so it will bloom and then it will flush out with its leaves. Oh my goodness. Yesterday was windy. I did not know that today was supposed to be windy. But we woke up and man, the wind is whipping. All right, let's go over to the pines and maybe we'll be a little bit more protected over there. But it is a great time to be adding plants to your garden. Right now, I'm still doing a little bit of pruning. Of course, a great time to be fertilizing these plants as they come out of their winter slumber and going into their growing season. And then, of course, planting those trees and shrubs. This is when we want to do it, especially those plants that maybe struggle sometimes in the heat of the summer. So camellias, it is japonica season and we got some new ones in. This is, right now, this is April Remembered. Look at that. Isn't she beautiful? Nice, big, beautiful, pale pink flowers on it. And then over here, we got the Junior Miss. This is one that came in on the truck, and look, getting ready to open up right here. Nice, beautiful. This will be like a 6 to 7 tall and wide, mildly fragrant. You know it's a japonica because it has those big, huge leaves. Japonicas bloom this time of year for us. So we want to add these beautiful evergreens right now. Now, okay. So here is a great example of those aspidistra, the cast iron plants. Basically, we have 3 different sizes, 3 different cultivars. You've got Tiny Tank, which is nice and short and petite. Then you have the traditional, and then we have the Milky Way. If you have a dry shade garden that struggles, you need cast iron plants. They are evergreen. They are basically maintenance free. They are slow growers, but clumpers, so you can add them and they're gonna be in your garden for years and years and years in the garden. And then, like you can see, the acanthus, that white water, like look at this, look. And they're handling these windy, cool days. Absolutely can go ahead and put them in your garden. Again, great combination here with the sunshine, Florida sunshines, and then the little tiny tough stuff hydrangeas. They're popping out new growth. Lots of things available here. Oh my gosh, what else am I missing, Jerry? I feel like I'm missing something. The cold got my brain. Hostas. Y'all come buy some hostas. My husband's still like, Jenny, you got so many hostas. I say there's never too many hostas, but we have a great selection of hostas. Yes, they're still dormant. Some of them are just poking up just a little bit, but it is a great time to plant them. That way, again, they can get really well established before the heat of the summer hits. Anything else, Jerry? I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything else right now off the top of my head. Lots of options available here at the Garden Center. We want to help you complete those spring garden projects that you have on your to-do list, whether it is revamping a flower bed, putting your containers together, whatever those spring garden projects are, we are here to help you complete them. So come see us Wednesdays through Saturdays, 9 to 3. We would love to see you. We're getting comments of, hey, I'm gonna be passing through mid-May. Cannot wait to come see you. We are here, my friends, and we look forward to seeing you. As always, y'all have an amazing day. I'm gonna go put on another coat. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, friends.